Hello, I'm Kat Riley, and I want to share with you 4 simple words that shifted the trajectory of my life forever. And I'm hoping these 4 words inspire you along your life journey. What are the 4 words? You are the assignment. You are the assignment. What does that mean? Actually, every single one of us are gifted with something, a God given talent that is to guide us to our purpose and lead us to greatness. Unfortunately, most of us never determine what that is. And I'm guilty of that. I was guilty of that for years. I've watched numerous motivational videos, read numerous motivational books, and I heard all the things that they were saying. And some things really spoke to me, but I never truly implemented those things because I thought that I was living my purpose. I was doing what I wanted. I was helping people grow. I was trying to make a positive difference in the world, but my purpose was bigger than I thought. And I'm sure that speaks to a lot of you out there. So one of the motivational videos that I watched was a video of Oprah explaining how to reach your dreams. And in it, she said that God will send you messages about your purpose and your why in whispers. And first it'll come in a whisper, shh, and you say, that's familiar, or that makes sense, but then you put it aside. And then it'll come again in a brush or a nudge, and you'll say, that really spoke to me. But again, life gets in the way and you don't do something about it. Eventually, it'll come like a brick in the side of the head. Boom. And that will make you open your eyes and wake up and say, whoa, I think I get it now. And that's exactly what happened to me. My brick hit me on June 18th, 2022. It was Father's Day, and that day was meant for me to celebrate it with my father. However, the day before, I had moved into a new apartment, and that move was frustrating and chaotic and full of fatigue, and I was exhausted, but I knew I had to spend time with my father. And driving to see my father, I realized that I hadn't spoken to my mother in a few days, which was unusual. And something inside my soul said, turn around and go check on your mother. So I did. I pulled up to my family house. The air was a little unnerving. Something didn't seem right. I opened the side door, and when I opened the inner kitchen door, time fractured at that exact moment. I saw my mom, my little 4'10" mom, melting into the floor in the summer heat. She was obviously reaching for the phone to call somebody. In my heart and hearts, I know that she was trying to call me. Immediately, I ran out the house. I opened my mouth, half scream, half prayer came out, and I fell on the ground. Afterwards, I went to my first nature, which was composure, pull together, be there for everybody, do what you need to do, call your friends, call your family, call the police, and I did. Everybody came in. We took care of what we needed to take care of. They wheeled my mother out, and I came back into the house and I fell into the couch. And I realized that something broke inside of me. Something didn't just break, something broke open inside of me. Weeks later, as I was going through my mother's things, her keepsakes, some things that were mine from when I was a child or growing up, I found my next brick. And it didn't hit me, I found it. It was a letter, folded neatly, aged with time, and the handwriting was unmistakable. And it started out, Catherine Elizabeth Riley, you always take care of everybody else. You always put yourself last. I need you to know something. I need you to stay true to yourself. I need you to remember who you are, and I need you to understand that you are a human being. I started crying harder than the day than when I found her. But those tears weren't in despair. Those tears were in a reclamation. Those tears were cleansing. My mother had seen me even back then, seen how selfless I was, seeing that I was constantly giving, seeing that I was always dimming my light for others. And she reminded me who I was. Her words whispered in my ear like a hymn, remember who you are. Immediately after that, I started changing how I saw things. Everything started shifting. My assignment now was me. I needed to be the assignment. I needed to be the thing, the passion, the love that I put into everybody else so fiercely. I needed to take care of myself first. There's an excerpt in a song by Kendall Lamar, and it says, "You can't help the world until you help yourself." My purpose was bigger than I thought. So I started doing things for myself. I started listening to my mother's words, and everything started aligning. My purpose started aligning with my God-given talent. The one thing that I did realize is the thing that held me back most was fear. And fear is the one thing that holds most of us back. As I was reading through all the inspirational books that I had read over the years, one came back up, and it was a poem by Marianne Williamson, and it's called Our Deepest Fear. And I'm going to share some excerpts from that poem. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light and not our darkness that frightens us most. And as we ask ourselves, who am I to be gorgeous, talented, brilliant, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Who are you not to be? We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us, and not just some of us, in everyone. So as you let your light shine, you unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. I read that poem over and over and over many years ago, but it hit home this time. I was dimming my light for others out of fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success. Either way, I was dimming my own light. After I readapted or reclaimed that poem, let's say, I read another book that I had read many years ago called The Carpenter by John Gordon. And in that, he listed the key to success. No matter what that success is, personal, professional, and he said you need to do these three things to achieve the success that you want. You need to love, you need to serve, and you need to care. Love being the hardest of all of them. So let's talk about serve. When you think about people that serve, they're not servants. Servant seems to be a bad word. Think of people that serve from a servant's heart. I think of Martin Luther King. I think of Mahatma Gandhi. I think of Mother Teresa. People talk about people that serve that way. People write books about people that serve that way. People name streets after people that serve that way. They serve with a servant's heart. Think of somebody in the military that you know. What do people say to them? I know I've done it many times. I've seen somebody in uniform. I walk up to them and I say, yeah, thank you for your service. Care. People know if you care. People know if you're authentic. People know if you're real. People can feel if you take pride in the little things. And then love. Love being the hardest of them all. When you talk about love, you have to love it all, which means you have to love your struggles because you get to celebrate when you come out of them. You have to love your challenges because they make you stronger. You have to love negative people because they make you more positive. You have to love people that hurt you. It's one of the hardest ones. But you have to love people that hurt you because it gives you a chance to forgive, and forgiveness is for you, not them. And you have to love fear. because in fear you find courage, and in courage you find strength. Love, serve, care. So the years that followed, I implemented that I was the assignment, that I am the assignment, and I applied love, serve, care to every single thing that I did. So I'm saying to you, I am the assignment, and you need to know that you are the assignment. Thank you.